Good morning. It's another cloudy day here in North Carolina. I'm gonna see if I'm up, and then I gotta give it a few minutes. I am excited about today's idea. I mentioned it last weekend, and I decided to go downstairs immediately and schedule my 2 posts. So then I wouldn't go, what am I going to do? Because I already had it figured out. So let me see if I'm up on my page yet. Oh, I am. So let me get that straight. And now let me get it on my iPad. I call it up on both because my computer lets me see comments and my iPad lets me see what I'm doing. Oh, because sometimes things just kind of go crazy. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys had a good week. It was busy for me. I had therapy a couple of days and I went to a ball game Thursday night. Not a good game. Let's just say the home team, hey Barb, went through every pitcher they had and they pulled in their shortstop to be a pitcher. And it was interesting because everybody else's, the pitcher's balls were going across at 70 and 80 miles per hour. His was going through at about 50. But the other team didn't know how to handle it. So he had 3 up, 3 down right away, which helped, but they lost terribly. So it was fun. We went and it was, the neighborhood had the opportunity to go as a group and there was a bunch of us that went. So I think the last time we went was about 6 years ago and we had fun then too. All right. So I came up with this idea. Oh, somebody's chewing on a box. Ezzy, leave that box alone. I may have to go get it. Hang on. Sorry about that. Ezzy, no. All right. I had unloaded tape that I had gotten and I threw the box downstairs, totally forgetting the girl loves to chew on boxes. So I threw it in the garage because if not, she would just eat and eat and eat. Okay. So anyway, I was talking last week and came up with this idea for a card. And I thought, what a great idea. We all have tons of stamps. How can we use them for other seasons? I mean, I buy a set going, oh, that's a beautiful fall card. We'll make a beautiful fall card. But I can also use that for spring, summer, and winter. And so today I'm going to take a stamp set and I'm going to make a summer card, a fall card, and a Christmas card. So I'm going to do 3 cards today. They're not going to be elaborate cards, simple cards, but I wanted to give you the idea to start to look at what you have differently. And I got this set from Brass and Bliss, and I loved it. I just thought it was a great set. I've used it a couple of times, and I thought it would be perfect to do. So with that, I'm going to get ready and flip this around. Good morning, Sharon. And we're going to get started. So you arrived just in time, Sharon. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes because I'm going to flip this around and my phone is going to scream at me. Hopefully I'm close enough. Oh, I could go a little closer. All right. Let's see. All right, I got to give it a few minutes to see how it comes out because I did adjust it. Okay. All right. So this is the stamp set that I'm using. It is called, I don't know. Oh, Autumn Sunflowers. Now, those can be sunflowers. Those can be daisies. I'm going to make them poinsettias too. So, you know, I'm going to use them in a variety of ways. I am using the oval image. I debated about this one, but I don't know. I love the sentiments too. I think I've used that one. I haven't used the others. Now I'm going to stick with the circle. All right, so I have placed it on a block. Now, this is a large image. I tried the E-block from Stampin' Up! And not big enough. So I pulled out this block. I have no idea where it came from. It has no name on it or anything. It may have been one of my sisters. And I went ahead and I stamped my, or cut my cardstock. So I'm going to stamp all 3 images first. And I was looking for my gray flannel ink. And I think I took it downstairs for when I was doing some of my cards. I couldn't find it downstairs when I was doing my, you know, when I put them on my blog. I couldn't find it downstairs. So I'm pulling in my, okay, I want it this way. My Memento Black, because I'm going to do some, all right, I'm going to pull it down some just in case, and I'm going to give it a few seconds to transfer because I don't know if I have it inked up good enough. It looked like it might have been missing some spots. No. Okay, so there's the first one. I figure I'll go ahead and stamp all 3 because that gives them a chance to dry. I think my Memento pads are really old. I'm going to do this one at the bottom. I figure I'll mix it up. And I probably should get new ones. I do have other ink pads. I have the VersaFine. In fact, I even have Honeybee stamps. I got a couple, but some of them you have to emboss, and I didn't want to do any embossing. Or you have to dry it. I didn't want to fool with that either. All right, so let's see. How do I do this one? I think I'm going to do this one in the upper corner. I'm going to put this one. Now I'm going to keep it all at the bottom because then I can put a sentiment or ribbon at the top. And I may just use some ribbon. All right. And I pulled in my alcohol markers. Oh, poo. Well, flip it over. Well, can't flip it over. I had some that, I had ink on the back. Hold on, let me get another one real quick. Let's see. Here we go. I don't know why that one did that. Maybe I missed inking it up. I didn't think I had. All right, now this is going to go at the top. I'll make sure I put a little extra pressure there. I may use my colored pencils, my watercolor pencils, for one. The Christmas one. Depends. There we go. Got it. All right. so I'm going to go back to the first one. And this one, I'm going to make, I've got a bunch of alcohol markers here. I'm going to make this one a summer one. So this is going to be a daisy. And I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to color the center, if I can get my tip off, in with yellow. And you can add whatever sentiment you want. All right, so there's that. And I'm just going to move that over there. Now I need my green. And I'm going to go with Firefly, which is the lightest. And then Green Field, which is the next lightest. So I'm going to use Firefly for this leaf. Are there any more? There's one over here. I don't see any more, but you know what? I might wait. Okay, now I'm going to do the other leaves. I try to use different colors to give it some interest. I'm not really going to add any I'm not going to add, so to speak, a second color. All right, there's a little tiny one there. I still have to work on my ink blending using, two colors to get some dimension and all. I did do on my blog today, I have a butterfly and I used pinks on it. And I think I did a darn good job of blending that. Okay. But to give it some interest, and then I'm going to go to the next lightest because these guys, and I'm sticking with all green for this to just kind of keep it simple. Okay, I'm not going to do anything with those. Now, if you're so inclined, you can take and add some color there, some grays in there. If you have a really, really pale gray. I don't have one, I don't think my gray is pale enough. In fact, it's not even up here. It's probably downstairs with my other stuff that I can't seem to locate. I looked for it this morning, so there's the summer daisy. Now, let's do a fall card. So I'm going to start with brown in the center. I figure I'll do them all and then I can put them together. I'm going to go with the light in the center, and the reason being is this has stamped in black and there's a lot of black. So by doing it that way, it looks darker than it really is. And then I need some yellows. And I'm going to go with medium, and not this one, and not that one. So I'm going to do the two in the middle. First one I'm going to do is this, and I'm going to color. I have a hard time getting these tips off. I have to be careful. I pulled this barrel out of a couple of them. All right, I'm going to color with the lightest color first. And I will try and add some extra shading with this. So hopefully, there's a piece there. Sometimes I miss one of the petals. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to come out with a darker, like so. Yeah, make sure I put the right tip back on. Then I'm going to go in and just kind of swirl around where I did and blend it out some. And that gives it that shading. Not the best, but I don't claim to be an expert. I haven't taken any classes. I know a lot of people have taken certification classes, and I have not. I can't decide whether to go for it or just keep playing and having fun. All right, so I've got that. Now I'm going to go in and I just kind of flick out. And I'm going to go back and color over the tips and blend it out. Okay. All right, so there's those. Not a bad looking sunflower. I probably could do some darker on the tips in a little. Let's see. I'll do one and see what it looks like. All right, I'm back at the beginning, and then I'm going to take my light one and go over that and blend it out. So I get some different colors in there, and that's not bad. Maybe I'll do the other one too. Then I can add some green in. So I just play. I mean, it's only paper and ink. If it doesn't work, you stamp it again. There. Not a whole lot of difference, but it does look golden. Hey, Peggy. All right, so there's my sunflower. Let's do some green. And I did pull in this set, which has now, because it's this one is the next one. This one is Firefly. So these are the two I'm going to use. All right, which one is the lighter one? This one. Okay. Let's see. I adjust my greens by season. All right, that's the lighter one. Give me this one. You know, the leaves are darker in autumn, so I go for that. And let's see. So I hope you'll take and look at your stamp sets and make cards for different seasons. I mean, we don't have to buy new stamp sets all the time. I got this one because I liked the circle around it. All right. And then I'm going to go for the dark one for these other flowers. They're so little. Put a little bit here. Did I miss that? No, I did it. I thought I'd missed this one on the other one. All right. So there's the sunflower. And now we're going to do some poinsettias. And the center of this needs to be yellow. And I'm going to go for this dark yellow. So as you can see, I've used, you know, basically a couple colors of alcohol markers and the same stamp set to make. I'm going to go ahead and do my green because I have it out. Now this one is dark, the darkest. Which one is? This one is the lightest. I'm going to use this one here. This would be great if you have a gold pen. I don't. Would have added some gold in there. I don't even know if they make a gold marker. Probably do. All right, so I've got that. Ooh, almost. All right, got that. I can put it away. Here's this one, which is going to be these. And as you can see, it hasn't taken me long to color these. Peggy, so do I. This I don't think had dyes that came with it. Now this is really dark. But if you think about it, poinsettias at Christmas time usually have a dark green with it. Okay. The key is going to be those flowers, but I'm going to try it. This company I've used a couple of times. I've gotten paper from them. Not a bad company. A lot of them are dyes. All right, now we're going to go to the red and see if I can do these as poinsettias. And I'm going to use my two darkest colors, which is Berrylicious and Acai. I don't know if that's how you say it. Berry. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna just kind of work my way around. And then I'll come down. Hopefully, this will work. I think if I... Okay. Here we go. Let's see. And like I said, I'm gonna come from both directions. me go back in and blend the two in the middle. All right. It takes it a while, but it does blend out. Now I got to go over and do the other one. It's not bad. What markers are you asking about, Peggy? The blends or their watercolor markers? Because I never liked the blends for the reason that you can't change the nib and you can't refill them. These that I am using are Altenew. They have, the watercolor markers. Yeah, well, they match. I mean, watercolor markers are watercolor markers to me. I used them. I like to have my ink and my markers match. And I have purchased, and I'll show you in a minute when I get this done, the ink cubes. And the reason I did the ink cubes is it's less space to store it, and but I still have the markers that match. It's not a bad one. What I do is, and there's that one, we'll put them together in a minute. See, I have the ink cubes, and then I buy the re-inkers for it, and I have the markers, and I buy the re-inkers for it. These, you can change the nibs. They sell the nibs, so you can change the nibs, and you can refill them. And I like to be able to do that. There's no reason to throw this away because it's empty. We don't need to be filling our landfill with junk. We put enough junk in there as it is now. Okay, so I have my card bases here. So I did purchase the Altenew's watercolor markers. I haven't used them yet. They come by, I don't know what to call them. The Zanzibar. Those are the ones that I purchased, but I haven't used them. To be honest with you, I don't think about it. I need to do that. All right, now I've got this, and I think I'm going to put blue behind it, and I'm going to go with, I'm going to do navy, only because my blueberry bushel is downstairs. All right, so let me cut this down. All right, now I've got to cut this down. See, I think this will be pretty on there, but I got to cut it down. Yeah. And then I've got to decide. This one's a bit trickier because I stamped it, but it works. All right. And, ooh, I have navy checked ribbon. That would be pretty on there. Let me get that. It's a little bit brighter than what I used, but that's okay. My blueberry bushel is downstairs. Don't ask me why. Oh, I think I'm going to put this on my card base. Or my layer, I should say, not my base. And then I'll put that on the back. I'm always, That needs to be cut down some. I need to cut this off just a little. There. All right. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I have better luck with my watercolor pencils than markers. I don't know if it's because I have better control over it, Peggy, or what, but I really like those. So I use my markers. I do have colored pencils that are not watercolor. I haven't tried, the ones that I have are from Stampin' Up. I just find the Stampin' Up ones are so limited color-wise, whereas with this, I mix and match my colors all the time. Okay, there. I mean, I use Altenew with, that's okay, Janice. We all have things going on. Okay, all right, so there's my summer card. And let me get some gems. I remembered my gems this time. Well, where are my blue ones? No, these are blue. I was thinking, this looks more like teal than blue. Let me see if I put them away wrong. Well, my blue ones aren't up here. So, I'll pull in some silver. I don't know where my blue ones are. This is the problem I have with having stuff in a couple of places. I have a lot of my stuff downstairs so I can craft and let JoJo run, because when she's up here, she's in her pen. And I'm going to put these inside. So needless to say, when I have to do a YouTube live or do any recording that I do up here, I have to grab everything and come up. Sometimes I don't remember. All right, so there's your summer card. I have two different kinds of the colored pencils, Peggy. I have the Derwent Inktense ones, which I like. I have to play with them more. I can't blend them too good. And I have Prismacolor. So I like both, but I think you really have to play with them. And I've done a couple of classes, but didn't go anywhere with it, so I need to do more. All right, now, I do not have, let me see what I have ribbon-wise. I may not have anything for this. I have this. I'm going to use this. I don't have much left there. And that's close to pecan pie. So let me see if I have a piece of pecan pie that will work. Oh, that's copper clay. Wrong color. I was like, why isn't that matching better? Okay. Because I put it in the wrong spot, that's why. Yeah, that matches a little better. So let me cut one of these, cut these down. All right. down that piece. And let me cut this down. I haven't decided if I'm going to use the brown. But as you can see, you get different ideas. This needs to be more red. I don't have red for some reason. I need to get, and I'm not cutting this correctly for some reason. I got to cut a little bit off again. It's on crooked too. Hold on. That's better. And let me take off a little bit, not enough. There. I don't know why maybe my trimmer has shifted some. All right. This was at the bottom. You know what? I think I'm going to put a sentiment on this instead. I might still do the ribbon as part of the wreath, but I have this one that says, "Friends make the world beautiful." And I really like that sentiment. I think it'll be good for on here. Oops, sorry, I hit the... Okay. Now, let me get my ink. There we go. See, I think it just... I'll still add gems. I will add gems, but no ribbon. Had to change it up a bit. So let me put this on. Oh, you know what? I'm going to find my gems first. Let's see what I have in the line of brown. I went looking the other day. Those will work. Ooh, layering color, Peggy. That takes some skill. I bet you do much better than you give yourself credit for. All right. I think I'm going to go here. There, and one more. I'm also looking at using gems in different ways, not always in a triangle. Like if it's a circle, follow it in a line. So I'm just experimenting, trying different things to show you different ways to use your supplies. I shouldn't say I have not tried. I've taken a couple of classes and they try layering color. I don't do well with it. I don't know why. So, all right, so there's your fall card. Now let's make this a Christmas card. Oops, those don't need to be out. They need to go back in their container. All right, so, do I have a color that will go with this? I don't. This is Berrylicious. It's not bad. I'll use it. Red would be better. I gotta find some red markers. All right, let me cut both of these down, and then we'll be set for our card. This one was stamped more to the side, so I cut it all from one side. Okay. I think I might see if I have some gold ribbon, which I know I do. Here we go again. What is with me today and cutting down paper? Let me trim a little bit off of this. There. And I'm thinking Merry Christmas in here. I think I have some sets up here that say Merry Christmas. I'm not positive at this point. They may be downstairs, and I'm going to look for gold ribbon for that one because I think gold ribbon would look nice. Don't you? Make that more festive. And I know I have gold ribbon in my drawer. I love this gold that Stampin' Up! Had years ago. I don't know. I think my Merry Christmas is downstairs. But let me see. Make sure. Sometimes the stamp sets have different sentiments in it. That one did not say Merry Christmas. It may be because I'm working on Christmas cards for my class. So I'm not seeing it. So I'll have to put Merry Christmas on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I've got some ones over here that are, you know, a bunch of sentiments. Let me see if any of those have Merry Christmas in it. I thought that one of the ones I had did, but it didn't have it. There. Special moments. Nope. Happy birthday. Holiday cheer. Does this one say Merry Christmas? No, it says holiday cheer. Darn, darn, darn. 2 every season. That's got it. I knew I had one up here. Okay. Let me have my Merry Christmas. And see, that'll be perfect size in there. And let me get this. And I'm going to go with my dark ink. Oh, I can relate to being impatient, Peggy. That is me. I want it now. All right. I like clean, simple sentiments like this. Let me make sure this is straight. there's that. This is such a pretty ribbon. It's a matte gold, for lack of a better way to describe it. That one, I didn't even put a bow on it. I didn't even think of it. All right. This one I will put a bow on. I may go back and put a bow on that other one. It does look a little naked, so I may have to put it on there. All right. I ordered more tape for my ATG gun. I was down to one roll left, and I can't complain because I ordered a case before, and I ordered it when I lived in Maryland, which was 5-6 years ago, and I'm just using up my last one, or I've got one left to put in here. So that's a long time. It should be, because they're not cheap, but that looks crooked. It's me. Okay. And I love this thing. I love it. So I use it a lot. Now I need my ribbon to make a bow. And I will go back and add a bow to that, or at least a knot to that. Maybe I'll add a knot rather than a bow. Okay. Ooh, these must have something sticky on it. They're sticking on me. Not sure why. I don't feel anything. All right, now I need a glue dot. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go this side. Oh, and I did the one thing I never do. I put one right in the middle. So I'll go back and pick up more. I always put one on each side of the bow so it doesn't get pulled out. And there we have it. One stamp set, 3 different cards for 3 different seasons. Oh, Peggy, I know that feeling too. I like to do that if I'm doing some coloring and playing. I need to experiment more. The lady that I follow that does the clusters. Thanks, Janice. She does she does a lot of playing, and I need to do that. Take some time and do some playing. I've got 3 classes of hers I've signed up for. I've got one I'm debating on that I want to get done. And I love them because I can do them when I want. So, but there it is. This was a fall set because it's definitely Happy Thanksgiving, autumn. You know, they have thankful, thank you, all of that in there. And I used summer, fall, Christmas. Thanks, Peggy. I have fun doing this kind of thing. I love, you know, if I use pattern paper, I love doing a bunch of cards with it. So I hope you got some ideas and you'll go looking at your stamp sets to see what you have. All right, now I'm going to flip this around, so if you get dizzy, close your eyes. It's going to take me a few minutes because okay, there we go. I wished I could have the flip down so that it's not backwards. I've tried several ways. Facebook used to have it and they changed it. So I just have to do it this way. So ladies, pull out your stamp sets. Find one you can use and play with and do some different things. I have gone over, so I need to get going. I've got to go down to Walmart. I've got about 4 things that I need to pick up. So I'm going to run down there, and then this afternoon, I think I'm going to play. I think I'm going to go back to one of the classes and see if I can't do that. No, I know what I have to do. I have to make cards for Pretty in Pink. Our development here does a big golf thing with Pretty in Pink, and I do the cards for them as a donation, the thank you cards. You guys have a great weekend. I will be back next Saturday. Not certain what I'm doing yet, so I'll have to see and come up with something. So I hope to see you here. Have a great weekend. Bye.